Thanks so much for tuning in to the Freelance Connection. Today we're going to talk about how to juggle when you have multiple clients, how to keep organized, and how to move them through your process. So first, it's important to have a process. So what it looks like for me is I take control over the onboarding process because when it's on my process, it goes smoother. It just, everything kind of clicks. It's how I've kind of developed over the years of me freelancing. So what my process looks like is I have an engagement call or an onboarding call with every person that I bring on. I let them know that it's going to be 60 minutes. That takes the pressure off of me having to remember everything from the very first initial conversation. Otherwise, they just assume like, hey, I've told this to you. But sometimes they don't hire me right away and it's been a couple weeks. I don't want to have to retain all of that knowledge or all of that information that they told me during that. So I have a process. I let them know during that call what it looks like to work with me. I say the first step is an onboarding where I take detailed notes. I sometimes record the calls. I get the overall project scope and can give them better timelines. So by the time we are done with that ending of the onboarding call, they know their first benchmark. They know what I'm going to be working on, what I am expecting from them to kick everything off. So then I can really focus on giving them value during that discovery call or that interview. So since I've done that, I know what my bandwidth is. I know what my project scope is. So right now, I'm currently working with 38 different clients. So that may seem like a ton, and you're like, I could never do that. But here's the thing. So how I prioritize things is I have clients that I work with on a weekly basis, on a monthly basis, on as needed, sometimes even quarterly, or just like that safety security person, like in case they have questions, they have an open contract with me. In case something comes up, they can reach out to me and I can help them in that way. So what I do is I have an active list of clients. So every Sunday night, before I start my work week, or depending upon what my weekend looks like, it's always done before Monday morning when I start out my week. I want to hit the ground running on Monday morning, knowing exactly what I'm working on, who exactly I need to get things done for that day. That's how I own my time that day. So I have a list of all of the clients that are going to need something from me that week or I need to follow up with and get them on my schedule. I have a piece of paper that I have sitting on my desk and I have post-it notes on my desk that has Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, and then if I'm working on the weekend, I'll have a weekend one. So what I do is I just mark their names, and then when I'm done working on their project for the day, I cross them off. If I know that if I don't get what I need to get from those clients that day, I move them over to the next day. So I start with a bulk of the list on Mondays, then I move people over. If people creep in, I make sure that I'm tracking all of that so I know my bandwidth. So how do I prioritize between ongoing client stuff or project clients? So I'm honoring my deadlines. So also on that piece of paper, I have all of my deadlines. That's why I can't show it to you right now, just because there's pertinent information on that card. But I have like Susie Q is launching her membership May 23rd. And so I know that she's top priority in anything that, because we are sitting at May 20th, and I need to make sure that I have all of her content done and ready to go, just to make sure that we hit that deadline for her. And then there's second priority. So that's how it works. I'm checking my email a few times a day, but again, I'm not letting my email control me. I've let all of my clients know my communication process, that I check my email first thing when I get to my desk in the morning, in the middle of the day, and then before I'm done working for the end of the day. So there's 3 specific times that they can expect that they're not going to go that long without hearing from me. If I am out of the office, I do try and let them know ahead of time, or I'm still checking like, hey, I'm out of the office. I'll be back, later today. This is where my plan is. Or sometimes I'm just so backlogged with clients on like Monday and Tuesday, and then another person like messages me and says, hey, I have a quick project. I'll say, send it over, but my next time frame that I can work on it, or I'll get you on my schedule on Wednesday or Thursday or whenever it makes sense for me. So that's how I juggle my processes. And as long as you're communicating up front with your deadlines and what you have going on in your life, people are totally fine with that. Like, you are a freelancer, but you also own your own schedule. You don't have to be at people's beck and calls. If you feel like you have to be at their beck and call, like, then you really need to take a look at your communication style and set that boundary up front. So all my clients know that I'm very, I position myself as an extension of their business. So that's where I feel like I need to be, but I also have boundaries. So I let them know that too. So if you have any questions on that, or if you're like, this is foreign to me, I don't understand this, please message me in the comments and I'm happy to walk through any of this. I know I gave you a ton of information, but I just wanted to give you a starting point of this is what my process is. Did it always look like that? Absolutely not. It was a complete hot mess. But when I finally found something that worked for me, everything started to come together. I started gaining more confidence in my schedule and I started owning my boundaries. Like before it was, oh yeah, I'll get that done. And I'd be working at like 11 or 12 o'clock at night. And I'm like, I am not at my best at that time of night. Like that's not a great time for me. So I knew that, and I was not delivering quality work. So that's why I needed to put this process in place immediately. So have a great day and we'll talk soon.